Hello and welcome to the series of Contact Online video tutorials. Today I'm going to show you how to send a mail shot, such as the one on screen, using your own personal database of customers. You can see that I've already written the mail shot that I want to send in Word, and it's a good idea for you to do this too before you create your mailing list. I'll minimise this for now to show you how to produce your list. We need to log into Contact Online to do this, so I'll do that now. Notice that you can press your Tab key when logging in to get between the boxes when you're doing this to make it a little bit quicker. If your diary automatically opens up on the screen like mine, just minimise it for now. The way we get our list of customers is by producing a new inquiries report, so click on the Reports tab at the top of the screen. Now, simply select all of the options like this until you find your own name. Today, I'm logged in as Tom Jones, so I'll select him. The reports are over on the right hand side, and the one we need is the new inquiries report brackets Excel, so I'll select this one. Notice that you can't change the period and total. This is because we are not producing a numerical report. The report is going to give us a list of all the new inquiries that you have entered into your diary between the dates you see at the bottom. I'm choosing to email customers that I've put into my diary this month, so I'm going to leave my dates as they are, but feel free to change them with your date pickers on the right hand side if you want to. I'm happy with my selection, so I'm going to click Submit. When you get this pop-up appear, click on Open. This report might take a little while to appear depending on how many customers you have, but give it time and it'll come. Now, as I said before, this is giving you a list of all of the customers that you have entered into your diary as new customers in the date range that you chose for the report. If we scroll to the right, you can see that it's giving you all of the information that you could have entered for them in your diary. I'll scroll back over to the left to make it easier to see what I'm doing. Now we're going to filter our results to make sure that we are sending the email to only the people that we choose. To do that, click on the number 3 to highlight the whole row. Now head up here and click on Data, Filter and Auto Filter. You can see that by doing this, we've put handy drop-down arrows on each title. I want to make sure that I only try to send an email to customers that have an email address, so I'm going to scroll to the right until I see the email column. If I click on the drop-down arrow, I get a list of every email address that is in the column, plus some extra options. If you have lots of email addresses here, you may find that you have to scroll a bit. To reduce my list to only show people who have email addresses, I'm going to click here on Non-Blanks. Non-Blanks works by removing all of the customers with nothing in the email field, and you can see that my list is now shrunk and everyone here has an email address. I'm going to make sure that I only email people who have said that they opt in to receiving mail from me. This selection is found in your contact details screen in your diary, and it's a good idea to get into the habit of using it if you want to send email shots. To filter my results again, I'll scroll over to the Opt column and select Yes from the drop-down list. If I scroll to the left again, I can see a list of the customers that I am about to email. Now that I have created my list of customers to email, I need to save them in a new Excel spreadsheet to become my mailing list. To do this, highlight from row 3 right down to the bottom row of customers. Now click on Edit and Copy from the menu at the top of the screen to copy the highlighted rows. Click the New File icon to create a blank workbook, and then click on Edit and Paste at the top of the screen to paste all of the recipients into this workbook. I've already done all of the hard work, so all I need to do is save this file. To do that, click on File and Save As. I'm going to save it to my desktop to make it easy for me to find, but you can save it wherever you want. Now I'm going to open up the mail shot that I created earlier in Word and use the really clever mail merge function provided by Windows. To get to this, I simply click on Tools, Letters and Mailings, and Mail Merge Wizard. The wizard opens on the right hand side of the screen, and in this case I'm working with email messages, so I'm going to select that. Once I've done that, I'm going to click here on Next Starting Document. You'll see that as soon as I do this, my screen changes. That's okay, and it's just because Word has changed my document into a format that's okay to email. If you look at the top, it already has Use Current Document selected, which is exactly what I want to do, so I'm going to leave it selected and click Next, Select Recipients. At the top, it has Use Existing List selected, which is correct as I want to use the one I've just made. To find it, I'm going to click on Browse, navigate to it in the pop-up window, and click on Open. In this pop-up, I'm going to leave Sheet 1 selected, as this is where I put my customers, and I'll click on OK. When I do this, a new pop-up appears, giving me a preview of all the customers that I am about to email. It's probably a good idea to double check these before clicking on OK. Once I've done that, I'm going to click here on Next, Write Your Email Messages. This is where I can add clever things to my email and personalise it to each of my customers. I want to have my customer's name at the beginning of my email, so I'm going to click here on the left where I want it to appear and then click on Greeting Line. This brings up a new pop-up box where I can choose exactly what I want it to say. I want it to be a little informal to match the tone of my email, so I'm going to scroll down and select Joshua from the list. You can even personalise what you want to appear after the name, like this. I'm happy with my selections now, so I'm going to click on OK. You can see that it's put this funny greeting line here at the top, which is often referred to as a field. You can add more fields like this in your message if you want by clicking on More Items. In this pop-up, you can see that you have a list of all of the fields that are in your Contact Online diary. This is because we kept them all when we made our mailing list. I'm not going to use any of these, so I'm going to click Cancel here. Now I'm going to click on Next, Preview Your Email Messages. Here you can see that the greeting line field is now showing as Dear Hallie, which is the name of one of my recipients. If I click here on these double arrows, I can scroll through all of my emails to see that they're all there. Once I'm happy with this, I'm going to click on Next, Complete the Merge. Before I go any further, it's worth stopping for a second. The next two steps will complete the merge and send the email, so I want to take the time to check that I've spelt everything in the email correctly, that the detail is appearing in the right place, and that I'm happy with the list of people that I'm sending it to. Once I'm happy with all of these things, I can continue and click on Electronic Mail. In this new pop-up box, I'm going to type my subject line here. Obviously, I want to think of a catchy subject line, as this is what the customer will see in their inbox. Once I'm happy with my choice, I can then click on OK. You'll see that when I did that, the names flickered quite quickly before ending on Charlie again. This was the email sending. It sends from the email account that you have set up on the computer. In my case, it's the helpdesk@success email address, and all of the emails will appear in the sent items. This is really handy if you need to resend one to a customer. As you can see, the combination of Contact Online and Microsoft Mail Merge is really flexible and easy to use. The whole process that I've just done took around 5 minutes, and this method can be used to contact thousands of customers in one go. I hope that you find it helps you to increase your sales. If you find that you need any help with this process, simply call us on the help desk and we'll be more than happy to lend a hand.